Okay, this is follow-up part 2. We're talking about how to identify shapes within the double 7L pattern. And the reason why we go double 7L, because once we go double 7L, we've got, this may be indeed the master pattern, not just the 7L. But the 7L does repeat itself, so that's, we want to simplify to the major, the simplest pattern element. Sure, the 7L is composed of of the stack of 2 long and the stack of 3 short. Okay, but no one of those it can be repeated to make the 7L without a lot of stuff all over the place. This is complete. Nothing's cut off here. Now the double 7L actually has the G, because we got 6, 7R. I just played that. So that would be filling in here. But you can see for a pattern fretboard, for a fretboard pattern, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strings. Right there. It's a 5 pattern, and then it goes down 1, and it's another 5. That makes 6 right here. So this 6, 7R is going to be down here. 6, 7, R. And remember, in perfect fourth tuning, R would go to the 4th, 7 would go to the 3rd. 1, 2, 3, 4. R would go to the 4th. Okay, that kind of thing. And the 6 would go to the 2. Alright? So this is indeed a G right here. This is the G shape. It's contained by the 7L, the double 7L. Similarly, the C shape is mostly here. Now, where is the A shape? Where is the A shape? Okay, well, to make an A shape, we got to find a 5. We're going to start on a 5. Okay, and what is the A shaped going to be? All right, we're starting on a 5. The A shape is essentially going to be, all right, look, maybe we could check the other pattern, or I got to think for a minute. It's going to be the root. It's going to be the 5th, the root, and the 3rd. Now, how does that work? Well, here's an E-shaped E. Okay, now of course it's going to come out of C, but it's an E-shaped E. I'm out of tune, but I want to take that straight up. It's going to be, and then I got to warp that string. All right, so but it's still a 3. It's still a 3, 5. Excuse me. It's still a 5 root 3. Okay, in the key of A is different, and we'd have to transpose it. But this is the key of C. This is for the key of C. It doesn't matter. It could be any key. So this root could be G sharp. Okay, it would still be the 5th of G sharp. If you started that on the 2nd of G, the 2nd right there, G sharp is here, the 2nd would be here, the pattern would be the same. Okay, it would be. There's the G sharp up there. It would be the same. So the point is that the A is actually included in the double 7L pattern. Here it is. It's half over here and it's half over here. It's 5 root 3. There's your A. Where's your G? Now, as you know, the G is a little difficult, but it's because it's down here. It would be like root. Where is it? It would be down here. The R would actually be down here in the unwarped. Remember, the unwarped, it's always got a little skew to it. So the 2 goes to the 2 there. That's the only one I can show you. But the R would be down here. So it would be R, 3, 5, root, 5. Something like that. Root, and then when this warps over, it's 3. It gives you the G shape. So the G shape is included, unwarped. The E shape, of course, is included. It's unwarped. The E shape is big fat right here, 5R3. The D shape now, well, the D shape's a little harder to catch because the D shape is 5 and then R, but the R is going to be warped over. So to get that familiar D shape, you're not going to see that in the unwarped. It's harder to see because the warp only involved in the top two strings, and that's where most of the D is made, on the top two strings. So you're getting the 5, you're getting the R would be here if it was warped, and then you'd have 2, 3, 4, and this 3 would be actually moved to here, so it would be 5R3. That would be your D there. So the D shape is included, and then you got your C shape, okay, which is R, and then the 5th and the 3rd and the R. Here's your C shape, R, 3, 5, and then R would be up here when it warps. All 5 are covered by a double 7L. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So that's wonderful. That's pretty much as complicated as it's going to get. The rest of it's fill in all the notes. So without... I knew I was going to do that. That was my little fretboard thing from years ago that I used. The rest is fill in all the notes, okay? So, is this warped? How do we tell if it's warped? Because you got the same thing on the first string and the last string. So this is warped. It's normal keyboard. This is the E, and the key is C. It's 3rd. There's your E. All right, we were just talking about where are we? Where were we with this? Well, we were here, okay, and the D that ends up is actually over here when it warps. The C is here, root, 3rd, 5, warp. That's the actual C chord, you know. You start from the 3rd here, and you got the C up here. It's a little bit of a hard chord to play. We're out of tune. Okay, that's your C. So you just fill in the other notes, all right, because remember that the 7L actually marches its way across the fretboard, all right? So that's why we have, and then it starts again up here and marches its way across a little bit of it, and it starts down here in the virtual zone and marches its way across the bottom of it. So it's like a cascaded thing. I have that. I have some charts that show that. I could maybe get that a little easier, you know, by showing you one of these. I have a lot of charts about it, but showing you one of the older charts that shows the 7L actually marching across the thing. So here we could do it in unwarped. It's easier to see the 7L. With warped, you see the 7s and the L's are getting warped. But they pretty much, it starts, let's say it started here and then it starts and goes down, but it comes in from up here and goes like that, marches on, you see. So that's where you just fill in those notes. It's the same pattern, okay, same pattern. So we're back here. And in today's diagram, wait a minute. Today's diagram is this. What can we learn? We got about 30 seconds. So additionally, we added in the S3XL and how you might be able to mix that with a couple of S3Ss, a couple of S2Ls. Again, the X3XL here, and here's a couple of S2Ls. And you just have to practice these things, and it'll work. It'll work for you, okay?